What is Unity 3D? Unity 3D is a game engine made by Unity Technologies. Over the last few years, its popularity has risen to a point that Unity 3D is now the most favored engine for a lot of gaming companies around the world, indie game developers including. There are literally thousands of game titles across all platforms that have been developed using Unity. The immensely popular Temple Run for smartphones is one such example. Total War's Battles Kingdom for PC by the popular strategy game developer Creative Assembly is testament to the fact that Unity is more than capable of developing hardcore PC titles as well. The engine is extremely modular in nature with a pretty intuitive workflow. Even as a beginner to this technology, you can breeze through at ease and quickly come up with great looking functional prototypes. Rapid prototyping is one of the chief strengths of Unity that most other game engines lack. Let us now take a look at how do we go about acquiring the engine, installing it, and setting up the development environment. You will either need a Windows or a Mac machine in order to work with Unity. To get the latest version, go over to unity3d.com. Already have it open in my browser. Unity is currently on version 5. It's one of the most significant updates ever. So click on Get Unity 5. You'll be presented with a screen which gives you a choice of two different editions, the personal edition and the professional edition. For our purposes of this course, we are going to be using the personal edition, which is free of cost. We'll talk more about the differences between the different editions a little later. So click on free download for now. Select your platform of choice, either Windows or Mac OS. Download the installer. While the installer is just 636 KBs, the engine itself can go about 6 GBs. So make sure you have enough space in your hard drive. While the installation is on, let's go ahead and create a free Unity account. Click on this little avatar logo here to the top right. Create account. Pretty standard online form. Go ahead and create an account. Name, username with your email ID, your country, your password, and the standard stuff. Create the account. It will give you all the credentials. Now wait for the installation to complete. After the installation is complete, you'll be asked to activate a license. Since we shall be working on the free personal edition, make sure you select that after entering your newly created Unity account credentials. You are now good to go. Hit the Run Unity button and you'll be presented with this screen. So this screen has the projects that you either have already open or the newly created ones that get listed here as the recently accessed items. Then you have a get started page where you have a basic introductory video to get you started with Unity, and you have 3 hot links here that take you to different pages in Unity 3D's website, like clicking on tutorials will take you to tutorials and so on. So we'll talk about this panel in greater detail much later. So for now, let me get back to the versions and the multi-platform support that Unity has. Now, a major factor that facilitated the rapid growth of Unity within the industry is its stellar, unrivaled multi-platform support. Unity as it currently stands can deploy a game to a whopping number of 21 platforms. No other capable game engine on the planet has managed to even get close to that number. That includes Windows Phone, Windows tablets, PC, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android, BlackBerry, Tizen, you name it. They also support consoles like Xbox 360 or the latest Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and so on and so forth. Also with Unity 5, the highly anticipated support for WebGL is here. Let us now revisit the 2 different editions that I was talking about earlier. Let's go back a couple of steps back to this chart. Like I said, personal edition and professional edition, and for the purpose of our entire course, the personal edition or the free edition is going to be enough, because they're both feature wise similar. So whether or not you pay for the engine, the features across them both is going to stay the same. Second, they're both royalty free. But the main catch here is that when you're using the personal edition, and after you publish your game over to any of the stores or the marketplace, a stock made with Unity splash screen will show up before the game starts every single time. That is the only difference. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same. Feature wise, no royalties, and all the platforms are available for you to deploy for free. Like it says here, the customizable splash screen, which is not available for the free edition, while you gotta pay to get rid of it and use your own customized splash screen, and all the other features that you may or may not need depending on what your requirement is. But for our purpose, for this course, the free download is gonna be more than sufficient. So going forward, we're going to be learning more about how the engine works, how we can create a game, how we can learn to script using the C# language, and so on and so forth. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching.